It's done incredibly well. It's got 14 nominations, and the last film to get 14 was Atonement.
Which is extraordinary.
It is. It's not the winner, though, because Gandhi, all those years ago, got 16 nominations.
16, nonetheless 14 is pretty impressive.
It is very impressive.
And what do you think this says about the British film industry at the moment?
I think it's a really interesting list because you can look at the best film list and say it's actually, there's 4 out of the 5 are American films. But if you look at the director list, 3 of the 5 nominated directors are Brits, and I think that just proves that film is an international business and the Brits are throughout it.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's made a difference. The Film Awards used to be in April. The reason they were in April was because the Film and Television Awards were together. When they were separated, they stayed in that month, and we then took some time to work out when would be the best time in the film calendar for the awards to move to. And we spent a couple of years talking to the film industry, both here and in the States, and just really looking at the awards season. Now, the awards calendar is incredibly packed. It's actually quite hard to find your slot, which is why we took time to get it right. So now we tend to be mid-February. We move slightly if the Oscars move, because they will move because of the Winter Olympics. So our slot is 2 weeks ahead of the Oscars. It's made a huge difference. I think we are now very relevant in the awards season, in the awards calendar, and if people are nominated and they can come, they do come. And I think, it's a mad, crazy journey up to the Oscars, and we're now part of it. I think this year's Best Film category is really interesting. If you look at films like The King's Speech and Black Swan, but equally you've got Inception, you've got True Grit, you've got The Social Network. I mean, it's a fascinating mix of films. Some of the films aren't open yet. Black Swan opens later this week. True Grit opens just before the ceremony, so they're films that people can look forward to. And I just think there's lots of subject matters this year, lots of different cultures. Obviously, True Grit is a remake. Hayley, who's nominated for leading actress, is the youngest person ever to be nominated in that category. She's only 14.
That is extraordinary,
and
isn't it?
Interestingly, back in '69, the actress who played that part originally was also nominated in Newcomer. I think this year The King's Speech has really captured the public's imagination. I mean, it is taking an enormous amount of money at the box office. We haven't seen anything like it with the British film for some time. I think the performances are extraordinary, and I think it captures a moment in history that we're all fascinated by, that this could have happened to the royal family, that a monarch could step to one side, and I think it's a part of history that we're all very aware of. I think also recently it's been in the press quite a lot. There's other films coming up covering the same subject matter, and there's just something that's just grabbed everybody's attention.